Hello, back again to do another unboxing and review. This time it's of the Entune HD headphones. Now, these are brought to us by Monster, and they are an on-the-ear type. They are wired, and of course you have the headband type setup to hold them on. Now, judging by this warning on the top of the box here, with the little picture of the ear there, it's essentially saying that these are capable of producing a very clear, non-distorted, concert-level volume. So if you don't listen responsibly, you could damage your hearing. So hopefully that translates into them having some oomph, but we'll see. Okay, now on here you can see it says noise isolation. So on the ear design, so I'm assuming that means they have some pretty good padding. And let's turn it around here to the side, where you can see that there's two features that they kind of demonstrate here on the side. The first is, well, right here, they're showing this kind of bridging ability where one person has their headphones connected to the source, like an MP3 player or your phone or whatever, and then the second person can connect their headphones, of the same type of course, into the first person's headphones. So you're kind of making like a daisy chain, and that way you can listen to the same music without the need of a splitter. Also, you can see it has this what they call control talk. It's an inline control, so of course on the wire, so turning the wire into something advantageous. And let's talk about the whole wire. I know Bluetooth is the thing right now, but I do believe there is an advantage of wired headphones when you don't need the mobility that Bluetooth ones would provide. But if you're just sitting at your computer or watching a movie in your bedroom or whatever, I prefer the wire. It's just a lot less stuff that has to happen. The signal doesn't have to be transferred into a radio signal, then transmitted, and then received. That's just a lot of extra stuff that has to happen. So, the wire actually... Okay, anyway. So, we talked about that. Okay, we'll go ahead and look at... they got a nice picture here on the side. And now let's talk about the back here. You can see that they show that there are 5 different color choices, and that's just for the core colors collection. However, there are 2 other collections, and I have ones from those 2 here. Now, each one of these is a collection or a series of colors. So, core color, then there is this one here. This is the matte colors. And then you have these, the candy colors, which are this kind of real shiny, bright colors like there. Alright, so if we put those all, get them all in the shot here. Okay, there you go. So you can see you have, what's that, 5 times 3, 15 different color choices. Okay, so, but I'm going to go look at this one here, the Midnight Black. Kind of a timeless color, right? That piano black type deal. And before I open it, I'd just like to comment on the packaging. This is a really good packaging. I mean, of course you can't feel it, the weight, but there's significant weight. Also, I mean, the box is like a drum. And the hanger, good quality. You can see here they got the little yeah, so it's a good quality hanger. So for retail use, you can just hang that up. Hangs nice. Also, like I said, the packaging, and with also the shrink wrap on it, it just gives it the whole real tight, compact, and sturdy hand feel and appearance. So that's a definite plus. Feels high quality already, and I haven't even opened it up. But speaking of opening it up, let's get doing that. Okay, I think I'll go from the top here. This is some pretty thick plastic. Alright. Open. Okay, so you just push from the bottom here. It's a pretty snug fit. We're getting there. I don't want to... Okay. So, without the jacket on, you have Entune written there. Monster. looks to be a little pull tab here. Oh, okay. It has a magnetic closure. Oh, fancy. So, let's see what this says right here. So it says, a note about Monster's Entune HD headphones from the head Monster. Thank you for selecting Entune HD headphones by Monster, and welcome to a colorful new revolution of style and sound. Our goal is to offer Monster's pure Monster sound at prices that more people can afford. Monster has engineered some of the world's finest headphones, from our turbine in-ear headphones to the luxurious Haute Couture Inspiration. I probably butchered that, but anyway. The Entune HD line has been designed for comfort and durability, so you only have to buy your headphones once. These headphones have a lot of attitude and are designed to withstand the rigors of everyday use, yet make a statement whenever you use them. I hope you have many years of wearing and enjoying these amazing headphones and find as much satisfaction in owning them as we did in making them. Signed, Noel Lee. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and look at, there's this pouch here. Let's see what's in there. Looks to be a user manual. Yes. Huh. Oh, look at that. There's the physiology of the human ear. So, okay. Good stuff to know. Let's see. It looks like to be written in many languages, as you might expect. Is there anything else in there? Or is it just the back? Okay, so that's all for that pocket. Now over here in the main section, we have some insulation. Okay, and there they are. Looks like we get a cool little carrying bag with stuff in it. Let's see. Oh, how does this feel like? This is actually really soft. It is kind of slippery, but overall it does feel, yeah, it feels nice. Okay. And okay, here is, looks to be, here's a little, let's see what this says here. Okay, read the language I can understand. Some features are only available on certain phones and players. Visit, and then there's an internet address for details. Okay, so but yeah, it looks to be, got the little, there you go, the brand logo right there. And, okay. Oh, and these actually do feel nice. They feel, how do you say it? Rubbery, but textured. So they have a lot of spring in them. You can probably see that there. So that feels nice. The bag has a little slide bead on it for tightening. And do we have the logo on the bag? Well, of course, there you can see Monster. Okay. Now to the main unit. Okay. So, as you can see, they're a tad bit smaller than you might imagine from this blown up picture. Not saying that's a bad thing, just something I noticed right off the bat. Let's see how they feel. Yeah, they feel pretty, no rattling. They feel to be pretty solid. But at the same time, there is quite a bit of mobility, but they don't feel shaky or janky, so that's good. So of course Monster, and that's protected by this film to keep that nice shiny piano black type finish, I guess, protected. Okay, this here, that cap feels to be plastic. Yeah, I think this is all plastic out here, but it feels decent. This is, well, as you can probably guess, it feels nice and smooth. Inside here, they do have the sides labeled R and L. There's a little plaque here. It says Monster on it. Also there. Let's see the adjustment. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to take off my little protective film. Alright. But it's worth it. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. Yeah. Pretty straightforward. There doesn't appear to be any like lock or anything. You don't have to squeeze a button to open this or extend or retract it. Just do by hand. This up here, you could probably see this does deform. Give you some padding up top on your head there, inside the cup, if you can see. So it looks like in there. Let's talk about the pad. Wow, that is quite soft. It's how to put it? It gives way, but it's not just super easy to deform. Like, so if I push it, you can see it goes right back to its shape, but at the same time it's not very dense, so it's kind of getting the best of both. Nice and cushy, but it has memory of its original shape. So as far as these, yeah, they move a little bit in here. Okay, so I'll hold this body steady and move this. I'll try anyway. So there's some motion. It seems it does go up and down too. So you have up and down and side to side. So that's good. Now here you see you have the plug-in on either side for the well, you can have your player on either side of your body, I suppose, and you can also do that bridging that we saw earlier on the box. Alright, and the plug. Okay, I'm gonna assume that this one goes into the device, the source. Yep, and this one goes straight up in here. So, are the plugs the same? The jack's the same? Doesn't look like it. One has the dual. Yeah, you can see. They look to be the same size though, or at least eyeballing it they do. But anyway, so I'm going to use this to the source, this into the headphones, and I guess I'll go ahead and try them out now. Alright, so I've had the chance now to test these headphones out on two different devices. One is an MP3 player and the other is my smartphone. The MP3 player is kind of a budget MP3, a good one, but still I consider it a budget MP3 player. And the smartphone was my LG V20. The idea of those using those two devices was trying to get a lower end device and a higher end device. So now let's talk about the headphones themselves. First of all, I'm quite impressed. First thing you put them on, it's the comfort is kind of hard to believe, seeing as that these have a relatively small cushion. And to give you an idea of how the size of these cushions, this is a wet nap or a lens cleaner. Okay, and you can see, yeah, so they're not, the cups here are not big at all. And initially I was like, I don't know how comfortable that'll be. Well, they fit really well. This padding, it once it forms to your ear, it pretty much disappears. You almost don't even really feel like you have these on anymore. So big thumbs up for the comfort. I mean, yeah. Okay, now the sound, I put my volume up on both devices. I put the volume at my normal listening. I didn't crank it all the way up because I was listening to the warning. But anyway, so the sound is very sharp and very clear. There's the HD, right? Okay. And what I've noticed is that the sounds, they start and stop with real clean. There's no noise that follows after. So, yes, very sharp. Alright, so for my test, I listened to two different types of music using these. The first type was some J-pop, so light, bouncy, upbeat. And then on the other end of the spectrum, I listened to some MDM, so heavier, grawlier, just darker type stuff. And they did a good job handling both types of music, although I think it shined a little better on the poppier stuff. So in this case, the J-pop I was listening to, And I think that just has to do with it showed off the HD a little better. It could have just been my song choice, but that's not to say on the MDM it didn't do a good job. But I think these excel better at the clarity. So anyway, but they did a good job on both. Now let's talk about this cord and the mic here. This mic has one button, and it's actually the logo right there, so you can see you just push that in. And yeah, it worked well. It took answering calls and ending calls, and of course the microphone is in here somewhere. I'm looking for the little pinhole. Oh, there, it's on the back, probably. Can you see that? Little hole there. Okay, so and that makes sense. So when you do plug these in, of course, this end is supposed to go here because this puts the mic closer to your mouth. Makes sense, right? And then this end, it has this right angle, which is a very good idea because when I put this on the bottom of my phone, it tucked right along the bottom, so it was, very convenient, less chance of it getting knocked out. So one other thing I wanted to point out regarding the size. Actually, this smaller size cup works out quite well. I noticed while I was wearing them, and I was wearing them around my neck, so I took them off my ears. So your head's up here, right, and your chin's maybe about there. You can look left and right, turning your head, and your chin doesn't knock into the ear cups. I noticed on headphones that have bigger cups, that's an issue. It's not the end of the world, of course, but it is kind of annoying, and these don't have that problem. So that's a plus. All right, so would I recommend these? Yes. They earn the name HD because they do have that clarity. The comfort is, really outstanding. Whatever kind of padding they have in here, it works wonders. So, and the size actually comes to be an advantage. The smaller profile, you can wear them around your neck, and they don't get in your way. That works out well. Now, the only thing I could say that these don't have that some other units might is they don't have the ability to fold. I know my JBLs, this can go all the way up to here, and then this one folds in underneath, and it kind of has like a taco shape after the end. But again, is that really necessary? These aren't that big to begin with, so if that isn't a feature that you absolutely must have, then that's really the only thing I can say these are missing. And in the price range they're in, above 50, below 100, they hold their own. So and with all the color choices, I'm sure you can find a color that expresses your style